Hello guys, and welcome to another playthrough. We are playing Commands and Colors Ancients, of course. And, well, we have reached the end of a epic journey we have done, I think, for a year or something like that, right? This is the Second Punic War, and this is the, well, epic ending of it. Zama 202 BC. So, as we know, Scipio has landed in Africa. We saw the Battle of the Great Plains last time, and well, that forced the Carthaginians to sue for peace, actually. So there were peace negotiations going on, and Scipio, who had the authority to present them with a peace plan, did so with, well, kind of good terms to the Carthaginians. And the Carthaginians were discussing it, but, well, they still had one more chance, and that was to recall Hannibal from Italy with his veteran army, and with a bit of luck they could beat Scipio perhaps in Africa. And, well, I think they had lost any hopes for winning the war, but maybe they could, be in a better position to negotiate a better terms of the peace. And so they did, and Hannibal came. He came with his veterans. It was not enough to face Scipio, so he also had to raise more troops in Carthago, or Carthage itself. And that he did, and with very much success, because he was pretty much, when he had his whole army gathered, it was outnumbering Scipio's Romans. And that's even though Massinissa had, as we know, he had gone over to the Romans at this point of time. So in this battle there were some, I think it was 40,000 Carthaginians of all sorts. As usual, there were Gauls, Spanish, Libyan, Carthaginians, of course. There is also some source saying that there were Macedonians here, or Macedonians. We don't really know. But anyway, around 40,000 men against 35,000 of Scipio. There were one important thing, though. Scipio had more cavalry in this battle than Hannibal had, and that has been a trusted trump for Hannibal previously in his battles. But this time Scipio they have more than 6,000 cavalry here, I think, according to both Polybius and Livy, and Hannibal had some 4,000 cavalry. Actually, he also has some Numidians. Even though Massinissa is here on the Roman side, we have Numidian light cavalry also on the Carthaginian side. Then we also have on Hannibal's right some Carthaginian cavalry, but at this point of time they were pretty, well, not that reliable and not that hardened fighters as they were previously. But Hannibal had this, both sides had the plans. Scipio knew he had the cavalry superiority, but he was under strength regarding to Hannibal regarding infantry. So he knew he had to win a quick cavalry victory here on both flanks, so he can, encircle Hannibal. And that was his plan. And while doing that, his infantry needed to close in hastily, engage the Carthaginian infantry, so that when the cavalry was done with their job, they could, come in and attack the Carthaginians in the rear. Pretty much like Hannibal also did in Cannae, if you remember. Hannibal, of course, knew about these facts as well. He was under strength in cavalry instead, but he has this big missile weapon, as we can see represented by these 3 elephant units here. He had about 80 elephants here in his elephant corps, and that's a huge amount of elephants if you think about it. So 80 war elephants, and Hannibal needed to win the infantry fight to win the battle, right? So he had told his cavalry, to retreat. Well, he knew the Romans will attack with the cavalry, right? So he told his cavalry, retreat from the battlefield, drive off and take the Roman cavalry with you, so we can do the infantry fight alone. That was the plan, and while doing that, the elephant, together with the light infantry, was to charge the Roman lines, bring them in so much in a disorganized state, so that his infantry could then come in and finish the job, right? And that must happen before any Roman cavalry comes back. So time was of essence here as well, I believe. Scipio also knew about the elephants. He knew what they could do, and he knew that, well, if they can fight with their terms, they will be really deadly. So he came up with a cunning plan here. So he placed his velites to screen off his main line. In the back here, he created kind of lanes. I don't really know the credibility of this story, but he created these lanes where the Carthaginian elephants would rush into and through, and then the guys at the rear should take care of the elephants, and the guys at the front would not be harmed by those elephants. But by doing that, he must know somehow where the elephants would rush in, right? And there are 80 of them, so it must have been close to impossible to, fine-tune this thing. But anyway, that is said what was done, and when the battle started, Hannibal raced forward with his elephants. They rushed forward, and when the velites, opened up their gaps, or I don't know if they went to sides or anything, to the flanks, then the elephants actually rushed into these lanes that Scipio had created, and when they were through, he closed the gaps again, and the elephants were trapped at the rear while they were killed. It's also said that in the beginning of the charge, the Roman side did blow in some kind of horns to create confusion for the elephants, which they did. Some of them just turned back and rushed into their own lines and stuff like that. So really dramatic events here if that was really happening. But so it's said. So Hannibal's, one of his keys to the battle was lost by that, right? So the elephants rushed through and became pretty harmless, even though there were 80 of them. That was bad. Now, Hannibal had put his infantry in 3 lines. First was a line of mercenaries, probably quite newly recruited mercenaries. Then he had a second line with citizen infantry, and then he had a third line consisting of his battle-hardened veterans from the Italian campaign. So we have, some heavy infantry here, probably Africans. We have some medium heavies that will be Iberians, probably some Gauls as well. We also have, I think we should look at the line, if you're going to go with this 3-line thing that is explained, I think we should look at it as some kind of an angle here, because here we have, as I see it, the first line of the mercenaries, kind of, warriors here. We have slingers, balearic slingers here. Then come the citizen line. That's mostly of these auxiliaries here. And then the third line back here, 2 medium heavies and these heavy infantry being the heavy phalanxes of Hannibal's Italian corps, if you call it that. Anyway, so Hannibal, I think both sides actually closed in with their infantry at this point, and Hannibal sent forth their it's the first line being the mercenaries. So those guys hit with a Hastati. The Hastati did fight pretty good here. Actually, when time went on, they got in the upper hand, forcing the mercenary line to retreat. But the citizen infantry line was told that don't let any of these mercenaries through. They need to go to the flanks or stay and fight. So it's said that the mercenaries went to the flank. Maybe that's what's shown here. I don't know. So the flanks were added up with these mercenaries, so they got them kind of a widened front here. Then came the citizen infantry, clashed with the Hastati, and that became too much for those guys. They were forced back, and even back through the Roman second line, which was the Principes, who then rushed forward and battled with the citizen infantry. The fight was hard again, also there, and pretty much an even fight. But in the end, I think the Principes were kind of getting the upper hand. The citizen infantry did the same thing. The veterans didn't let them through, so they also got to the flanks of Hannibal's infantry line. So now it was a really wide army here. And now Hannibal had to play his last card, which was his veteran infantry line. He rushed forward with those guys. At this point, I believe also the Romans, probably responding to the Carthaginians, widening their ranks or the line, they also had to deploy their infantry in one big line. And I think it said that the Triarii went up to the center, then the Principes, and then the Hastati. So kind of a similar mirror to what the Carthaginians were doing. And the lines clashed, very hard fighting going on. Really no one of these sides got the upper hand, and that's where the decisive thing happened, because now suddenly the Romans were coming back. I mean, the Roman cavalry. So for instance, the Carthaginian cavalry who were riding off, they did that for a while, but then they turned and attacked the Romans. But they got beaten and routed off the field. Same with the Numidians on Hannibal's side. So pretty much both of the cavalry wings were coming back to the battle. And they attacked the rear of the Carthaginian army, as was Scipio's plan, with huge success. It broke the line, it broke the spine of the Carthaginian army, you could say, and they came in a full rout, I believe, because it is said that, according to at least Livy and Polybius, some 20,000 died, and almost as many were taken prisoners during this. Hannibal and a few thousand, I believe, got away though, and could retreat from the battle. But I mean, the army was lost, everything was lost, and by that, the whole Second Punic War was lost, actually. So now the Carthaginians had to sue for peace, of course. And by the way, I forgot to say that before the battle, actually Hannibal and Scipio met on the battlefield. Just some kind of a before the battle talks. And it said that Hannibal at that point said that he was prepared to negotiate for peace. But this time Scipio said, no, you won't get that. And that was because Scipio had offered peace before. The Carthaginians were thinking about it, but then they got back Hannibal. It was also some other incidents happening. For instance, the Carthaginians actually seized a Roman fleet that were stranded on the African coast. So they captured those, took all the supplies and everything with in those boats, and that was not seen as a good thing by the Romans, as you can imagine. So I think they were pretty pissed off, if you could say so, at this point of time. So Scipio, he just rejected Hannibal's probes for peace negotiations before this battle. So when the battle was over, Carthaginians, they had no option that to pretty much accept an unconditional surrender, which they did. And and the rest, they were really never more military might. They had some wars with the Numidians, which has also created a casus belli for the Romans for the Third Punic War, and that's also another story. I don't think the Commands and Colors has any battles from that war. I'm not sure though. Maybe we'll see something from there later on, but I think it was in the year 146 BC when during the Third Punic War, that is, when Carthago, the city, and Carthage, the state, were pretty much erased and eliminated totally after a long siege of the city and bitter street fighting when the Romans eventually got a breakthrough. And not many survived from that siege and battle. But actually the city was rebuilt later on and was quite an important city actually later on in history. Maybe we'll see something from there later on, but Carthage as the nation was eliminated in 146 BC. Okay, that's it. That's the story about these battles. So let's check out what we have here in the War Council then. So Carthaginian army led by Hannibal, they get 5 command cards. Roman army, Scipio, 5 command cards as well. So pretty even there, pretty even. And the Romans actually go first. I was thinking the Carthaginians would go first so they can launch their elephant attack, but that isn't the case. 8 banners is required for a victory. There's no special rules. There's no terrain. It's just the plain of Zama here. I think it's called Zama Regia or something like that. Big arid plain where the battle took place. Actually, I think they're not really sure where in today you could pinpoint the place here was the battle, but there are some theories of where it was, and it's pretty much south of Carthage, where they think it was. I mean, at least Zama is there. So let's check out the forces, and we begin with the Romans here. And from left to right, we have some probably Italian allies here, 2 auxilia. We have medium heavy infantry. I think the medium heavies here are the Hastati that will clash first. We have some Velites, actually 4 of them, 2 over here, and we have 3 units of Hastati. And Scipio himself is with the center Hastati unit there. Then we have the second line. We have 2 units of Roman and Italian cavalry here. I think these guys were pretty much set up on Sicily before they went over to Africa. So pretty new cavalry troops here. But this guy, Laelius, he's a really veteran with Scipio. I mean, probably remember him from the battles we did in Spain and also in Africa. The Great Plains battle. But he was also featured in a few battles in Spain, I believe. So 2 units of medium heavy cavalry there. Then we have the Principes line, 3 units of medium heavy infantry again, some more Italian allies. Then we have Massinissa with 3 Numidian light cavalry units over here. And then we have, as it should be, a third line of Triarii or 3 arii if you want, and yeah, 3 units basically. So a huge army. I think it's over 20 units in this army actually. And I think we got almost the same amount, not really, but almost the same amount over on the Carthaginian side. So if we start with their first line, we have the assault corps here, on the heavy assault corps, you could say, on the up front. 3 elephant units and a unit of slingers, and then also light infantry. So these guys are the first to get in and get their hands dirty. I don't know about the hands of the elephants though. Anyway, here we got some Carthaginian cavalry on the Carthaginian right. Then we have 2 units of probably Gallic warriors. Maybe some Celtiberian as well, probably. Then we have 5 units of auxilia, which I believe are mostly the citizen infantry line, because they were pretty numerous, I think, in this battle. Over on the Carthaginian left, we have their Numidian force, 2 units of light cavalry over there. And then we have a third line, the veteran line. We have Hannibal and we have Hasdrubal over there with 2 heavy infantry, probably Africans. And then we have what I think is his Spanish veterans, represented by 2 medium heavy infantry there. And yeah, so 2 really big armies, and for that of course we need the 8 banners to get a victory. So for tactics then, it would be nice to see something historical happen here, I believe. So as the Carthaginian player, if I get the opportunity, I will for sure rush in with the elephants and light to start softening up the Roman line, and then try to get the second line with being the citizens and those warriors, get those guys in as well and start hammering, and then get the third line into the battle as well. I will not be aggressive with the cavalry, of course, because we are we are not evenly matched at any flank, so we just sit in the saddle there and wait and see what the Romans can do. Because if you go to the Roman side, first of all, the Romans begin the game, so if I get the opportunity, I will for sure rush up with my velites, trying to panic those elephants. We have 4 units of velites, and if we could get the, or the light troops or something like that, I will for sure rush up with all 4 and hope I get at least one hit, or even better, a flag, so we can start some rampaging there. So that will be a 4 dice attack with 4 units moving up. Otherwise, I think when we have the elephants under control, we want to move up the line, and we also want to move up our cavalry at the same time, beating those guys, trying to get in the rear of the Carthaginian army, blocking the retreat paths while we attack with the infantry. That's the plan. So let's see if that holds, and who is more clever in this one. I mean, this is, you can imagine what would have happened if Hannibal would have won this battle. Yeah, I mean, okay, they would not win the war, but the Romans would be so crippled. I mean, Scipio, I just have to mention that as well. I mean, when Scipio wanted to get to Africa, he got a lot of opposition in the Senate of Rome. They didn't want to risk a Roman army down there again. They have done that before. So it was not that certain that Scipio would, get his way and bring an army down there. And if he had lost this battle, especially with big losses, by the way, the Roman losses in this battle were, according to Polybius and Livy, about 2 1,500, and I think Appian also added the same amount of Numidians lost in this battle on the Roman side. So about 5,000 dead if we combine Livy, Appian, and Polybius accounts. So for sure, if the Carthaginians would have won this battle and inflicting enough losses for the Romans to withdraw from Africa, then I think we would have a pretty good peace negotiation seen from the Carthaginian view. And looking at the forces, I think they have a good chance. Okay, the Romans are heavier. They have better quality troops, that's for sure. But it so much depends, as I believe in history, what these elephants can do. I mean, imagine if those guys had crashed into these these Roman units manifolds here. I mean, wow, that would have been slaughter. And if the Carthaginian infantry could have followed, well, then it would be very uncertain of the outcome of the battle if the Romans could get their act together again and form up. Very interesting. So as I see it, it's a really even fight. Also in game-wise, we got even amount of cards and everything. Okay, one thing pointing towards the Romans is that they have 3 leaders, and we know leaders are pretty important in this system. Enough talk. Let's start the game. So the Roman start, so we're gonna check A and B, and there's a light troops I wanted actually already in slot A. And here's a Dark in the Sky, which also a nice one, but we don't have them in range yet, but really good for future skirmishing, maybe turn 2 if possible. It would be nice to play this turn 1 and then this turn 2, don't think. But we need to dice for it, so let's see what we can play. Actually, that is an A, B, or C. So we're also gonna check what's in the C slot. 2 units center, okay. Pretty good opening cards for the Romans to start the skirmishing and harassing those elephants. So the light troops, it will be that for sure. The Roman luck is there already from the beginning, I feel. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 5 cards. So I could choose one more light infantry unit. We could bring up some Numidians and bring in some I think I might do that. I have a cunning plan. I was thinking, no, I cannot reach that guy over there. I mean, if I could have gotten there, I could have, take my chance to roll a flag. But maybe that's too... I can't reach him. I saw that now. Okay, so I need to do something else. We could reach that guy, hoping for a hit. I think I want something in position, because if I play the Dark in the Sky next time, I want to be able to use that in full. So let's take Massinissa himself, because I want to be able to, ignore one flag if I get that against me. So here we go. And I want to get fire at each and every elephant if possible. So, okay, these guys cannot reach an elephant actually. I see now. Very well. But these guys can. Let's put those guys there. You put those guys there. And those guys there. This is a nice screening off the main line from the elephants as well. And these guys will rush up here. And let's place 1, 2, 3, 4 Massinissa over there. Maybe not. Well, the bad thing here is we can get surrounded. How about here? I could get surrounded by the Numidians, actually. That's a bad thing. And then they can hit us. No, that's too dangerous, actually. Damn. Yeah, that's a problem. I can get surrounded a bit too easy here. Maybe not if I go here. Well, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They can surround me. Crap. But okay, let's do this anyway, because okay, if they want to surround me, then let's do it. Then they cannot do things in the center if they play a left-hand card or something like that. Then I have free hands in the center. So I could use that guy just in a distraction then. Let's do it like that. So, for battle, let's start with Masinissa. He throws his javelins against his Numidian brothers over there. 1 die. Blue, nothing. Then, let's start from here. We attack that light infantry. Nothing. Then we have these guys attacking the elephant. 1 die. Hope for a flag, actually. No, but the red is okay. Red is really okay. 1 down already. That was pretty unpredicted, actually. Okay, next one. 1 die again. Same target, by the way. That's a miss. And last one. Let's take the same target in case we get that elephant. That would be nice. And we did. No flags, but we managed to get enough hits on these guys so they disappear from the battlefield. Not bad at all. And we should not forget to give the Romans actually 1 victory banner. Can you imagine? The first victory banner dealt already by the Velites. Good start for the Romans. Also, I mean, just to get this card was good. And, you know, if they could follow up with that card, it's an amazing start for the Romans. I don't think there will be any elephants left if they pull through that thing. So, give a new card there, and then we roll for the Carthaginians. But before that, we're gonna check A and B slots. We have heavies, and we have a line command. Well, a line command could, you know, we could get back a lot of missiles here, and we could also attack with the elephants. No, not with a line command, but we could move up the whole infantry line here. Let's see what they can play. That's also an A, B, or C, actually, so we can do that, but we're also going to check the C card. That's 3 on the right. Not that interesting right now. I think I go with a line command, actually. We could play the heavies, of course, and go with the elephants instead. But nope. Let's do the line command, because now we will throw a good bunch of javelins here. These guys will not move, actually. So I'm gonna get the 2 dice attack there. That's good. Okay. These guys go into the gap. Like that. I mean, the heavies are in the line, so I'm just gonna move them up. So are these guys. These guys were actually disconnected because there was a gap here. So no line command there, and same goes for these guys. They are not actually connected, so they cannot fire. But we have 4 units that could fire this turn. And let's start from the flank against that not supported unit. 1 die. Nothing. Then we have these guys. Let's wait with those. I'm gonna see if I can get... I cannot make those guys retreat. They have the leader, unless I hit the leaders, of course. Okay, let's take our chances. I throw my javelins against the Numidian horse. And that's a hit. That is a hit. Okay, now we're gonna see if Masinissa survived that with 2 dice. Well, he did. But good throw there. Next one, 1 die against that unsupported Velite unit. Nothing. Last but not least, 2 dice against the same unit from that those Libyan skirmishers here who haven't moved, so they can throw two dice as their attack, but nothing there either. So, well, 1 hit against that cavalry unit, but I mean, now it's dangerous because I would have liked to get some flags and push back a few Velites there, just because I know what could come now. Gonna replace the card first of all. Then we're gonna roll for the Romans, who hopes for to be able to play the B card now. That's a C or lowest order count. I wonder how fleet the card in space C, play C or the lowest order count face up section card in spaces A, B, C, D, or E. Okay, it needs to be a section card. This is not the section card. If there are multiple lowest order, choose which one to play. If there are no face up section cards and the space C cannot be played, okay, then I could play another one. But I think I'm forced as the Roman player to play the C card actually, because this is not a section card. So it needs to be 2 in the center. But I'm pretty happy with that 2, kind of. It's better than nothing. So we have our chances to get some good hits on those elephants again. So let's start from here. These guys have only 1 elephant target, so let's target these ones, and 2 dice. There's the flags I've been looking for. Oh my, this is heavy. 2 flags. Okay. Oh my, we're gonna roll some dice now to rampage first of all. Let's start with the neighbor elephant here. 2 dice. Any symbol hits are counted. Yeah, 1 hit on the neighboring elephant there. They get stressed and rushed into the other elephant line. Then we have some auxilia to check. Nothing. Next auxilia. 2 hits. 2 freaking hits here. Whew. This is costly. And then another auxilia. With another hit. Wow, this is starting bad for the Carthaginians now. And then these guys need to retreat. And... oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I did start with that one, I believe, right? Yeah, I did. So, I think... I mean, the thing is... we got 2 flags. Those guys need to retreat 1 hex per flag. And is it for each hex that the guys behind need to lose 1 block? Is that true? Let's see here. Elephant retreat block. The elephant does not take a loss. The 2 blocking units take 1 loss. But is that per flag or... retreat hex is 1. I'm not really sure. I mean, the elephant retreat path is blocked. And he needs to go 2 hexes. The blocking units take... I think they need to take 2 actually. That's how I read it. So 1 per flag basically. So these guys lose 2. These guys lose 2 and are eliminated. The elephants rush through there. And the Romans get another victory banner because that auxilia was eliminated. Oh my. And then these guys doesn't retreat. That is what's happened. Now, these guys, they will attack that elephant now actually. They can get in, and also because we are again blocking the retreat path of that elephant. So if we get those guys to retreat, we will reduce maybe some heavies as well. So 2 dice. And no flag, but a hit, which is the last one on these guys. Losing them. And the Romans get their 3rd banner already. I thought this was gonna drag on a bit, but I mean, heck, they are soon halfway to victory here. Okay, well, that was intense. That was intense, and that wasn't even the dark in the sky, which might come next time. The Carthaginians need to do something about this. Let's roll for the Carthaginian next Card play. That's a C, D, or E. 3 right. We have leadership any section. And we have another 3 right. All right, so I think I need to play a Hasdrubal card here. I mean, leadership any section and activate Hasdrubal. That would be Hasdrubal. Yeah, I'm gonna play that anyway. And then 3 more units. And I need to get those frigging velites now. Like this. Okay, the elephants go in here. We got these guys going in here. The heavies follow. These guys actually stays. Oh my. I don't like what's happening here from the Carthaginian view. Okay, so we're gonna attack with the elephants. The velites will of course just disappear, but I'll roll 2 dice. Green hits, and we got 1. We actually got 1. Then these guys need to evade and go back here. And I cannot gain ground. By the way, these guys are not able to attack. Then with the second auxiliary attacking, and since we're adjacent to a leader, I will not stay here, so those velites would run away as well. But 2 dice, no, actually 3 dice, and 1 hit. So also these velites took some losses before they got away. Then we gonna throw our javelins against that velite unit on the flank there. 2 dice. And yet another hit. So a hit here and there, but that doesn't give the Carthaginians any banners or anything like that. So don't know how happy I was with this. Only good thing is that we have our elephants in strike range of the heavier troops now. Always something. And we had to play a good card, a leadership card, to get this happening. I mean, we needed to scare off those velites, that's for sure. All right, so let's go with the Romans again. They sure have the upper hand now, and 3-0 in lead. That's amazing. A or B? That would be the Dark in the Sky, but the situation is not that good anymore. Then we have another light troops. I mean, this is incredible. This is pretty much what they want, because now they can harass those elephants again, you know. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna play the lights because I am not in a good place for a Dark in the Sky, I believe. So 5 units. I'm gonna rush up with those velites again. They will be very pesky now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and well, who should be the 5th unit then? Let's take those guys again. Okay, so I'm gonna go up, attacking the elephants. Go back a bit here. So these guys have moved. These guys... I think they might stay. And these guys moves down here. Yep. And they're gonna battle with 1 die. Okay, that's it. So let's start with harassing the elephants. These guys have 1 die each, basically. Start from here. 1 die. Nothing. Second velite unit, same target. Hit. Third Velite, same target. And can you believe it? Another freaking hit. So the whole elephant core is down. Yet another victory banner for the Romans, 4-0. The elephant pretty much did nothing. I guess we could say that Scipio's had another kind of a tactic, or maybe this is pretty much what happened. Maybe the elephants just rushed through and disappeared somewhere here and were eliminated. This is crazy. This is crazy. This was the most important weapon for Hannibal. I mean, he must be pretty desperate at this point of time. And it's not over yet. We have a 2 dice attack coming in. Let's target that reduced Auxilia with 2 dice. Nothing there. Then we have Massinissa, the king of the Numidians. He will target... Doesn't really matter. Let's take that unit. Let's take that closer to the center. 1 die. And miss. Pretty crazy opening here. Pretty crazy opening. I was hoping to see at least 1 elephant rush into the Roman lines, but nope. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Okay. Over to the Carthaginians. It's an A or B, heavy troops or 3 units left. Heavy troops or 3 units left. Okay, heavy troops would be nice if you got the elephant still, but no. So I think I will go with the 3 units left then, which is over here. And see what we can do. It's too late to encircle Massinissa now. He has gotten through the sack there. But we pretty much need to go in 1, 2... Let's see if we can do some damage on the Carthaginian horse. 3 units, that's it. So these guys will go in. They're gonna go in a close combat to scare off those guys. And these Numidians will go 1, 2, 3, 4. I will try to, you know, if I can roll a flag, I'm pretty happy. Okay, so let's start. I will start with these guys, because if I made these guys to retreat first, they could suddenly give support to that guy, and that I don't want to see. So I'm going to start with that attack, and it's 1 die. Well, not the flag I was hoping for, but a hit, and that's pretty okay, pretty okay. Then comes the auxiliary attack here. We will retreat or evade. Those guys will roll the 3 dice. Nothing. 1, 2. Second attack against the Velites. Same thing. They will evade. We roll the 3 dice. Catched 1. Well, at least the Velites are going down. But it doesn't give us any victory banners, just, you know, getting a few blocks here and there. Okay, but the Carthaginians are moving forward with the infantry, taking heavy losses, especially with the elephants there, but we are moving forward. Okay, the Romans. A, B, or C. Okay. A is, wow, yet another light troops. Can you believe it? Dark in the sky. And 4 unit center. But you know what? I might play that dark in the sky at this point, because we could order up to... okay, it's all ranged units, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4 units in range of enemy troops. I'm gonna play it. I'm not sure I'm gonna get another good point in this game to do it. So I'm gonna play the dark in the sky now. I'm gonna make use of it. Here we go. These 4, no movement though. So what we can do now is attack twice in ranged combat. And let's start from here then. These Numidians, 2 dice. 2 flags rolled. That means 8 hexes of retreat for these poor guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they need to take 3 more, which means 3 blocks, and these guys are out. I mean, the luck is on the Roman side totally right now. So they get another victory banner. It's their 5th one. Okay, these Massinista don't have any target anymore. Then comes these attacks. These poor fellows cannot retreat anywhere, so we're gonna try to eliminate those guys with the Romans now. 2 dice. First attack, looking for greens. Nothing. Second attack. Nothing. Then we got the second Velite unit harassing the same target. First attack. 1 hit. Okay, second attack. If we roll a double green now, we eliminate those guys. But we didn't. A flag, but he can actually ignore that because he's supported. Okay, Velites have done a good job now. Carthaginians go next. C or lowest order count. That would be 3 here, or actually the heavies, because it's 2. I think that could be counted as a section card in this system. So either 3 here or the heavies. And well, I'll play the 3 on the right. So we're gonna do a slinger attack and what else? Let's start moving up some forces then. Maybe these 2. So these guys will march forward. These guys will not move. They will fire against that Velite unit with 2 dice. It's slingers, so they have 3 hex range. Nothing. And that's it. Well, new card. I think I stopped the first session here. So we have the Romans in the lead, 5-0. This is Scipio pretty much playing around with the Carthaginians right now. And much of this is thanks to the Velites. They had done a tremendous job here with the elephants. And the elephants themselves did some good job trampling their own troops. So all this favoring the Romans. They have gotten so good cards for the initial stages of this battle, you know. I mean, this is a 3rd light troops card coming up. And then we had the Dark in the Sky. I mean, awesome cards for this situation. What else? Well, the Carthaginians are forcing their way towards the Romans slowly. The Romans are just waiting for them here, harassing them as good as they can. And, you know, backing off with the Velites when the Carthaginians advance, then get back, hit, and they have been really efficient in that. And also this lucky thing, getting 2 flags, and that Numidian cavalry just rode off the field. Well, the cool thing is it feels somewhat historical. Elephants were very ineffective, even though there were lots and lots of them. That's probably what happens in history as well. Also, the cavalry fight, you know, some symbolic resistance from the Carthaginians, but then just rushing away from the battlefield, leaving the, you know, Roman cavalry to roam the battlefield. Okay, here we haven't seen any cavalry action. These guys are just staring at each other. Who will take the first step forward? The Carthaginians are now trying to gather up the forces together to be able to move forward and eventually attack the Romans. That's their chance to win this battle, to get in a few good hits, probably having their heavies with them. That would make some good force here or power. But it's gonna be difficult. I mean, even if they get a few banners, when Roman hits back, they will get a few banners and then the game will end. So probably everything looks like this will be a decisive Roman victory once more. But who knows? We need to roll the dice first, right? So I think I have babbled enough now. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you will be back for part 2 of the Battle of Zama. I thought this would be a 3-part battle or something like that, but I sense if the Romans are a bit more lucky, this game will end in the second session. But let's see. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye for now.